going down, y'all? It's your homie Jay Green. Got my man Barry right here. And
What's
right now
up?
we're gonna give y'all our top six horror movies of all time.
Yeah, oof,
Now
that's gonna
this
be a
this
tough
this
one.
one was a little challenging for myself. My list is maybe a little bit unconventional. I got some thrillers that you might not consider straight horror, but I give you my reasonings for it. So
All right, all
now, who
right.
you want to start? You want me to start? You start?
Go ahead. You start, man. What you got? You said the
Okay.
conventional, so I have to see what this is.
Now, on this first one,
All
y'all gonna
right.
come at me, I'm certain of it. On this first one, I'm gonna go with the 2003 remake Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know it wasn't very well. I know that
Oh,
it wasn't very well received, critics and fans. I know
right,
some
right.
of the Texas Chainsaw purists are gonna be like, "To hell with this guy." But for me, I think that Marcus Nipsel, I think is the name of the dude that directed it. I think it was
Yeah,
grimy, it was gritty, it felt old school, super bloody, held no punches whatsoever. Army Hammer in
right.
there talking that trash was like perfection. You got the beautiful Jessica Biel in that piece, and every person that you want to survive, you don't know how they're gonna get it, how tragic it's gonna be, or what's gonna
Right.
jump off. And the scene
Hmm.
when Leatherface dips up and he's wearing old girl's boyfriend's face, I saw it. I saw it.
You know what? Now I have to. You know, it's funny. I didn't see that one. Now I
Oh,
have to see that.
and real quick, no shade to the original dude that played Texas Chainsaw. He's moving quick.
Right,
But Vladimir, the dude that played the Texas Chainsaw in this, was from
right.
what was he from? I think he was in Any Given Sunday, and he was in some other movies. Super yoked ass dude, right? This guy's
Yeah.
running like a 440 with his huge ass chainsaw. He's gonna catch your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
when I
That's your
see when I
ass.
see that, I was just like, the way that it was directed, chef
Yeah.
kiss for me. So I'm gonna put that on.
All right, all right. You have an athlete and a killer. Yeah, that's your ass.
He does.
He's a 4-4. Mine is going to be first one. I'm going to jump out here is a classic called The Thing, John Carpenter's.
Ooh,
And
that was my
actually, I
list.
like both of them. Really, the one that came
Yeah.
out several years ago, I did like both of those. But the first one, yes, yes, and that one by John Carpenter, man, at the time you didn't really know the way it came to you. You wasn't sure what it was. Was it a monster? Was it some type of disease? But the way it was and it was how people turn into those creatures that really got me. So I love John Carpenter's Thing. That's my first one.
Yeah.
What's your
I
next
got
one,
that.
man?
I got that one on my list too. Actually, my uncle showed me that when I was in elementary school.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Way too young, but I loved it.
yeah. I watched those things too when I was too young too. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
My next one is Fede Alvarez 2016 Don't Breathe. Now that's tough because
Oh, that's a good
but
one actually.
I wanted to put Evil Dead, the Fede Alvarez Evil Dead, just because his movies are so beautiful. They're gorgeous to look at. But Don't Breathe was something that was like original. I love
Yo,
that
I
movie.
agree with
I love
that.
that movie.
Nice, nice. Mine is going to be the next one's going to be Evil Dead 2. Because that one really upped the ante. It was funny, it was gross, it was scary. It had everything you needed. It was never a time in that movie that was slow.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
My next one is gonna be Get Out. Now you might not think of
Oh,
Get Out.
I was thinking about that one too. I was like,
Yeah, you might not think of Get Out as like a straight horror movie, but I'm a black man and I live in America, and I've been in plenty of situations where there's that racial
yes,
bias, and it's very uncomfortable. And depending on where you're at and how deep that racial bias can go, you might be a little nervous as to like what are they going to do. So the fact that Jordan Peele was able to, one, coming from a comedy space, like give us something this real and raw, and flip it kind of into a sci-fi type swag was extremely
yeah,
creative. That movie
yeah.
was fun, adventurous in a sense. It had comedy.
The next one for me is Barbarian. I love Barbarian, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those new ones that really caught me off guard. That was directed by Zach Greger. Really good director, by the way. That one is starring Georgina Campbell. And Georgina Campbell, she's a British actress, but she's been on some really, really good movies. And I'm surprised I don't see her more. So I hope I see her more. But she was great in this. And Bill Skarsgård, those two together, when they were cast, you can tell really was vibing off each other really well. Bill Skarsgård's character was creepy already. It led you into like another direction with him. And then just the whole premise was going on. I did not see that coming. It's a horror, and then it kind of turns into like a sci-fi horror thing toward the end. And just, the process of getting to that in the film was creepy as hell.
It also makes me mad. Those like for some reason you can't find it on Blu-ray. Like I want to get that movie so bad,
You
and I
can't
don't
find a
think it's.
Blu-ray.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, but I'm gonna pivot to Candyman, and I'll go original Candyman, Tony
Oh,
Todd.
nice.
Okay,
Yes.
and
Oh,
again,
yes, yes, no doubt.
because the Candyman lore again is kind of like in that poverty-stricken type community. Certain things are just like accepted because it's like people of color and things like that. And then you got
Right.
this legend. I thought that the remake that Nia DaCosta did, Candyman with Yahya Abdul-Mateen, was dope as well.
That
But
was good. Yeah, both were good. Yeah, yeah,
but I'm gonna throw it back to the original just because Tony Todd and that's legendary, right?
yeah, yeah. Bless his soul.
But yeah, Candyman, that was one of those movies when you're a kid and you see that box in Blockbuster and you're like, what's this all about with the bees and shit?
Yeah, I was like, let's see. Next one for me is going to be now this one is not as opposed to it's not scary. It can be for some people, but for me, it wasn't as scary, but it's just more very interesting. It's one of my favorite films of all time. So it's going to be Interview with the Vampire, all of them. So the first one that came out in '95 with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, I read the books before then because the book was written, the first one anyway, Interview with the Vampire was written by Anne Rice back in 1977. So the book's been around for a minute. So by the time the movie came out, a lot of people already read it. I read it like maybe a year before the movie came out, and I was in college. So when it came out, I was like, "Oh, let me check this out." Like everybody, and I just loved the whole, premise of it because it went deeper than just like a Dracula thing. This went into really deep of like where it started and what's the impetus of the entire cult, the entire vampire lore. So I love that. I love what happened. So Interview with the Vampire, when it comes on, even the new ones now that are on AMC, love those. So I'm a big fan of that. So yes, Interview with the Vampire for me.
That's a good one. My next one is I'm not sure exactly how this movie was received, but when I saw it, it kind of caught me off guard, and it's You're Next. You ever seen that one?
You're next. I don't know if I saw that one.
The
You're
the
next.
basic premise is you got this like I think he's like a high school teacher or a professor or something, college professor or whatever, and he's dating
Yeah.
this girl, and I can't remember if they're like fiancés or whatever, but they end up going to like his family's house, and his family's like balling outrageous, and you got different characters coming in, the dick kids over here, the sweet kids over there, whatever, and then all of a sudden, home invasion, their house gets attacked, and there's information, I'm not going to say it here, but there's information that you
Right.
get towards the middle of the film, towards the end of the film. And as it happens, I didn't see it coming. So I was like, oh, snap, for real? Damn, like that? Oh, this is crazy. And then when you find out the real why in the end, you're like, man,
Yeah.
that's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded, son. So, so the
Hey,
real
right,
horror in
right.
that movie, the real horror in that movie is people, what some
Mm,
people are willing to do for themselves. And so
mm.
I love that. So all the movie is very entertaining. It's very bloody. It's very graphic. But the
Yeah.
real horror is the motivations of a person when they want what they want, when they're going to do what they're going to do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I have to check it out then because I never seen Your Next, so now I have to see it now. My next one's going to be Friday the 13th, Part 4. Oh,
Okay.
oh! I know some people are like, oh, number one, number two. I love those two. But I grew up with Friday the 13th myself. I'm a big fan. Jason is like everything to me when it comes down to like horror, movies and the killers. Come on, man, guy can't die. So
Yep.
yeah, it was just crazy. Yeah, so Friday the 13th Part 4 to me was always one that I really, really liked. So yeah, yeah. Put it on and watching.
For sure. All right. My final one is going to be Doctor Sleep, 2019. Doctor Sleep, directed by Mike
Okay.
Flanagan.
Okay.
You got Rebecca Ferguson up in there. You got Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan
Yeah.
himself. But I think like The Shining is dope for sure. I love The Shining. I would put The Shining on the list, but the reason I put this one on is because one, this thing is a beautiful film to look at. I think it's great, but there's just more elements to it. You know what I'm saying? So kind of like going
Mm,
back to the conversation we had before about top five movies we'd have on like a desert island. Why is that going to keep me
right,
entertained? The Shining is like very straightforward. It's this and this one guy dealing with this thing. Here, you just
right.
have different things going on. The the imagination of this particular story is a little bit more vast. So with all the
Hmm.
different levels to it, I'm gonna put it on this list.
That's good. That's a good one.
And
It's
I
called
think that
Doctor Sleep.
I think this movie did not get enough love.
No, I
Whatever was
didn't.
going on in 2019, I can't remember. But this movie did not get enough love. This movie should get way more
Yeah,
love. Check this one
yeah,
out if you haven't
yeah.
seen it on the real.
Yeah, definitely. No, Doctor Sleep was one that I appreciated more the second time because I did watch it twice. And I was saying, yeah, you know what, this is better the second time around. Because sometimes you got to watch a movie twice. And that one, yeah, I agree. I agree. And that's different because you don't really see it as horror, though it's really classified, but it really is. So I like that
Yeah.
one. And you know what? I have one here that I really, really liked that I could put it on no matter what. But there's another one that's not as a conventional horror movie. So I may just have to throw that in there right now. Is Underworld.
Mm.
I'm a big fan of Underworld because I love showing werewolves. One thing about movies as you see is that when you have a werewolf, it's hard. They don't really show you the transformation because it's a lot of money. They always show like later on. And this one had action. Yeah, it's still a horror movie. It's just an action horror film. And everybody in there was scary. Nobody was good. Everybody was just foul, and it kept your interest uh, once it started. Ooh. And then when you sort of likings come about, especially in the train station, and you see Brother Man change, that alone is creepy. Now, to me, I was like, "Wow, this is really oh wow, we're doing this. This is crazy." Okay,
Yeah.
but
You know what's
I enjoyed
crazy?
it.
You know what's crazy? I've never seen any of the Underworld films.
No, really.
I just never got around to them. I don't like,
Okay,
I, I want to check. I've been wanting to check them out for a while, so I need to actually get down
okay.
and check them out for sure.
Check them out, man. I think you're going to enjoy it. The one to be concerned with is just one and two. I mean, you can see the others, but you'll see what I mean. You put the others on, you'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, let
Yep,
me just
yep.
go back to one.
Right.
Click. It's just so
Yeah.
cool. The acting was great. The cinematography was wonderful. The director is outstanding. So I really, really like the movie. So definitely put it on. I'm watching. So that's. Oh, excuse me. I hit my mic. So that's our six, guys. What's your six? What's your six horror movies that you say, you know what, I gotta watch? If it comes on, I'm watching. I'm sitting down, done. Just like I am with Goodfellas. Goodfellas on, I may just